Hello, and welcome to another episode of PSVR from FBN Multimedia. Question today that you might need answered. Is VR right for me? This is something that doesn't really seem to get addressed a lot, and there are some concerns and things you need to think about before you drop that big stack of cash on one of these shiny new devices like the HTC Vive or the Oculus Rift or the VR Gear, or PSVR, the one that I chose, my weapon of choice. First thing you should ask yourself is, am I claustrophobic? Because the headset is going to cover your whole face and wrap around and feel. If you're already cringing, thinking, maybe you shouldn't try it, because I could see how claustrophobia would be something that would cause you a problem. Now, the other thing that you might be thinking is something that I actually thought when I was looking at getting it is I have trouble focusing on things close up, and those screens are pretty close to my face. Am I even going to be able to see this? Well, I have a solution for you for that to find out. You can get Google Cardboard, which is probably the least expensive of VR. It uses your phone as the display. I picked these up on Amazon, the Bobo VR, and it pops open, and your phone goes right in there, pops up, and then it has the lenses, and it's got the strap to put it on your head. And I got this particular one because it has the option to extend it in and out, so you'd be able to focus it a bit, and it has a dial to change the interocular spacing. And I wanted to be able to get everything right to see if it would work. And the idea behind getting one of these for $30 instead of one of the actual VR things for $1,000+, assuming you have the PC that'll run it and don't have to upgrade that, is that you've spent very little money, you already have a smartphone, and you can see if it's going to work. Turns out, yeah, it's fine, and I am able to use VR, but those were a couple things that I had to think about, because I don't want to spend all that money and find out it's going to sit. Because most VR, because they're strapping to you and you're getting sweat, etc., on them pretty much right away, they're not going to take them back. So once you buy it, it's yours. So you really want to make sure it's going to be right for you. There's some other things you might want to think, as in which one to choose. Well, for that, you need to think about your space. I know it seems like I'm in a real big studio, but I'm actually not. My dressers and shelves are just off camera. I have a very small space here where I'm using VR all the time. And I also have a PS4, which was one of the main reasons that the PSVR was my choice. But any one of the others will certainly do the job just as well. The thing with them is you need to realize they're going to need a fairly powerful computer to run. So if you already have an awesome gaming rig, you're set in that one. And they offer a more full room experience where PSVR is sort of aimed more at you're going to be sitting or staying in one spot. I want to be a little more athletic. I want to be able to jump around and shoot things and everything. Well, maybe you want the Oculus Rift or the HTC Vive or the VR Gear. Maybe you want one of those. But if you don't have a great computer, and you do have a PS4, maybe you can take that trade-off for the one that, well, I'm going to sort of just be sitting more, but that's okay, because I'll still be in VR. I can still look around. It'll still be an immersive world. The other thing that you want to think about, especially for the PlayStation VR, is, do you have the Move controllers already? Do you have the camera already? Because those are going to be additional expenses. The unit itself, I think, cost $600-700. I had already bought the camera because I had planned to get VR, but there's another roughly. These are all Canadian prices, so your mileage may vary. I had already bought the camera, which is about another $100, and I see that a pair of new Move controllers are over $100 as well. So you're looking at close to, and buying a game or two, you're looking at close to $1,000 investment. If you didn't have a PS4, closer to $1,500 investment to get VR, and that's comparable to the prices of picking up any of the others. And that is also a concern. Is VR right? Are you going to use it all the time? Because that's a big outlay of cash. And if it's something you just think might be kind of neat, maybe wait for the price to come down, or try it at a friend's if someone you know has it, to see if it's something that you're going to play all the time, because you don't want to be dropping that much money on something that is going to most of the time sit on the shelf. Dropping $30 on something that's going to sit on a shelf, that's not a big deal. That's it for this episode of FB and Multimedia's PSVR. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.